Why does this chimney look so nice? I do not know. Alright. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So this is the first episode of my revamped series. Before it was called, or before I called it, the star training time, where basically I train one of my horses and you guys sent submissions and I read them out loud and shared my takes on them or answered them or, reacted, whatever. And I'm still going to be doing that, but just under the name of Training Grinds. But if you want to watch the old star training times, go to my channel and look for the playlist. It should be called Star Training Times. Whatever. So, today I'm going to be training Cupcake, the new lippy that I bought in the last video. And I've asked on Instagram and on YouTube what your biggest icks are. That could be in the game, but also in real life. And I thought before we get into those, I want to talk about my personal icks, okay? Moments or certain types of people who make you want to leave, puke, just the icks. My first ick would definitely be people who take life so extremely serious that everybody around them has to be exactly like they are for life to work. Like, we are individuals and we do things differently, can we not? And then obviously people who always joke about other people, like in a rude type of way. Like, that is not even the worst part. I mean, it's a bad part, but when someone makes a joke about them, they literally freak out. They're so overreacting to it. And I'm just like, aren't you doing that like all the time? That's how it feels. Yeah, that's how it feels. Or then the people who, like, you joke around with them or something, but then the response is way over the top. You might tickle someone. There are people out there who then they like tickle you back, but in such an extent of where it almost hurts, and because you're kind of mad. When people like they play along and then suddenly they don't like it anymore, and then they just hurt you in some way. It's like, okay, well, but I guess a more severe ick of mine is people with no social awareness, or I guess no social maturity, you could say. Just people who do not recognize their surroundings. It's super awkward with them a lot of the time because, like, when someone's sad, they don't notice and they try to joke around or whatever, and it's not the time to do jokes right now. A really big ick is people who, like, personally, maybe you know already, I don't know. I'm really scared of spiders. They are horrifying to me. They are the ick, literally. The spiders are another ick of mine. I cannot look at them. Like, I cringe, but like not in a weird, funny way. Like, I cringe because, like, shivers down my spine, Cold sweat. But then when I tell people and they're like, oh, you don't have to be scared of them. They don't bite. Yes, I know that. Thank you. That was such new information. It's not, no one has ever told me that when they react to my fear of spiders. Incredible. Why don't you open a newspaper about the best, newest, most unknown information? Like, I know, honey, I know. Yet I'm still scared. Can I tell you why? No, I cannot.
Stop telling me I don't have to be scared.
Because when someone tells you I'm afraid of something, and then I tell you, oh, well, don't be. Well, oh, what? I just told you I am. You telling me don't be afraid is like not gonna help. These are some of my real life icks. Let's move over to Star Stable icks. One of my biggest icks is, people who fight in global. I get a life. Oh my gosh. Get a job, get a hobby, and don't choose global fighting because that is not a hobby. Thank you. Just stop. Like, literally, whenever I open the chat, there's just some fight going on. And honestly, since that is so well known, it's almost normal, while it really shouldn't be. I think that's enough of my icks. I think my icks are not even that icky. Oh my gosh, or like, oh my gosh, this is an Instagram ick. When you Yes, I'm one of those Instagram reel watchers. I am. Guilty. But sometimes there's like, I don't know, a teenager or like just a normal kid, dancing or singing or something, and they look nice or something, or they do it well. They do well whatever they do, or they draw something, I don't know. That doesn't happen on a regular basis. It does happen though. And then I go to the comments because the most interesting thing about Instagram is the comments. Let's be honest. And then there is like old men in there that like compliment the child like overly, and sometimes they're married. Now I question a lot in my life. Does your wife know that you're doing that? And like, is there a person around me in my life that does the same thing? Like, God, please no. That's truly enough of my *𝑠tar_stable_𝑥. Let me read your *X. So, first one's from Hillary, aka Lemon. She said, when people send friend requests and then don't answer you. #scammers. Period, girl. Preach it. Like, I'm not super social in this game, like, unless I know you over Discord or in the real life. I don't just accept friend requests because, I don't know, I feel like talking over chat is a bit awkward if you don't know each other. I hate small talk. I'm a huge small talk enemy. It's just awkward. Like, I do not really care about the weather. I don't really care about how many siblings you have. Like, oh my gosh, like, what does it matter? My goodness. Like, let's talk about something that matters, Anyway, and so I don't usually, I never send friend requests myself. Did I just ride back to Moorland knowing that I did the races here? That's stupid. I literally never accept friend requests, at least on my main account. My alt accounts, it's a bit different. Like, again, except I know you in real life or over Discord from my club or something. And there is maybe 1 or 2 cases where I do. Because, I don't know, you're funny, or we might had a fun interaction in the game, which, that like, never happens. People invite me, and I say yes to that, but then they, like, never log on. Or, like, they never text you back. You gave me another reason to stay as radically unfriendly as possible, Well, not unfriendly, but, friend requests rejector. Yeah. Scammers. You said it. Scammers. Next one is from ℓ𝐿𝐼23. She says, boys who act tough around girls. True. There's a little story behind that, by the way. I'm an apprentice as a hairstylist, and I always go to work by bus. There is this other guy on the bus, and so we are always on the same bus. And at the beginning, he was really... I looked at him with, like, I don't know, happiness. He's, down to earth. He does not act tough. Again, he does not act tough. He's just the chill guy, Oh, hello there. She's from a club. She has a lippy too. Well, hello there. Sorry, I gotta say hi. Alright. I love these people. They're the best. Yeah, this dude did not act tough whatsoever. He was just a chill guy. And I loved him for that. Over the time, I don't know. I guess, people change. And that's normal and that's okay. Just the problem is that now sometimes he listens to music, like when he's walking. I think he's envisioning himself in like a rap music video or something. He then walks a bit funky. He acts cool as if he was the one rapping it, Trying to look cool. And I don't know who he does it for, but whoever he's trying to impress, I am 90% sure it's not working. I'm sad about that too, because he was a cool, chill guy that I would have loved talking to at some point. Like, not because I'm interested in him, like, romantically or something, but just because he seems chill. Like, he's absolutely not my type, but, But now he's just acting tough a lot, so that's a big ick. Even for people I'm not interested in. It's just an ick. It just... yeah. Oh my gosh, cupcake. Maybe another ick would be me failing, trying to talk and racing at the same time. Yes, girl. I so agree, Lila. Alright, next one. From Sarah Collins. She says they blockers when questing. True, especially when you made a new account and you're trying to get somewhere, for some reason you're suddenly really into it, and then it just hits you with a block, and you're like, okay, you want me to log off? All right. Yeah, I don't really get the point of day blockers anyway. Like, what's like? I mean, I guess it's probably to like they try to make us. They don't want us to get through the storyline too fast, I guess, because then we would be another of these complainers about not having story quests, which I'm a part of. It just takes very long to get new ones, and then I forget about what it was last time, and then it's just a bit confusing. Natalie Moonriver says SSO using their time for social media posts instead of upgrading the game. So Star Stable is a company, and they have several teams for several different like focus points. Like there's a team that focuses on social media. That's the social media team. And then there's another team that is about like the storyline. And these people are the writers. And then there are people who do the horses. So the social media team is not it's not their responsibility to bring us updates or storylines or whatever, because they only are here to inform us about the news about the game, you know? And they cannot tell us, oh, there's gonna be this and that, and there's gonna be a storyline, and we're gonna update this if it's not happening, because then they would be lying. So they are not working on story quests because they are not meant to do that. You know, the social media team, being the social media team, can be very relieving, or like, it's good to know that there are, I think, at least 4 people, maybe even more. For us to know there are so many social media managers for Star Stable themselves that have to be paid, that's good for us to know, because that means Star Stable isn't doing that bad. Because if they were doing that bad, they wouldn't have so many people in the social media team. They would have maybe 1 or 2 people, and they would be very overworked, but still, they have enough money to pay all these people, so they cannot be doing so extremely bad, I guess. Maybe I'm just delusional, but that's what it seems to me. Okay, now, Overpowered Puff says 6-year-olds who fight in global. Yeah, I said that as well just before. It doesn't even have to be 6-year-olds. You know, I feel like I have more empathy for the 6-year-olds than for the 20-year-olds or 19-year-olds, 15 and beyond. If these people cannot get their stuff together, get a better hobby. Don't play Star Stable. Like, if you don't have anything better to do in this game than fight in global, just log off. Just log off. It's not worth it. Do a workout. Make a meal. Do something worth of time. Do we want to just check? Yeah, it's passive aggressive right now. That's even more embarrassing. The next one is anonymous. It says, clubs who think they're better than other clubs. Yes, 100%. Hashtag ew. I mean, I guess to some extent, it's okay to have confidence in your club, but it's not. It's a bit icky to be like, we're the best club there is. I mean, you can love your club, you can care for your club, you can be invested in it and say, oh, I love this club. In my opinion, it's the best fit for me. It's my vibe. It's my people. You know, that's what I'm having right now. It's what I'm experiencing right now. And it's really great. And I do love the club. And obviously, I think it's the best club there is for me. Otherwise, I wouldn't have joined it. But there are people who, they just take it way over the top, or then they start hating on other clubs, and that's just like, you know, this club that you're in that you love so much, that's the best fit for you maybe, but it doesn't, like, it won't be for everyone, and that's okay too. But that doesn't make your club any better than the clubs that are not for you. All right. And then there's another anonymous one, and it says, people saying they're OCD because they love things being neat and tidy. I feel that. I mean, I don't really know about OCD a lot, but you know, people in general who fake some condition or some mental difficulty or even illness, and they like act out on it. Ew. Why would you do that? It's not nice to the people who actually have the condition that you're faking. It's rude, it's disrespectful, makes it look like a joke. And it's not a joke. There are people who truly suffer. And honestly, I think before you say like I have OCD or I have psychosis, I have depression, or I have ADHD or something, before you say you are any of whatever conditions there are out there, I think you should get it confirmed by doctor or professional. Sometimes I feel like though that these people who do pretend or just say something, sometimes I think it's just also not being informed enough about what it actually all the things are that you experience when you actually have it. You know, they might know about one certain thing, like this anonymous person said, some people like things to be neat and tidy. Just because you have a similarity with somebody who does have some condition or some state of mind, that doesn't mean that you have the same condition or state of mind that they have. I think you have to make a difference there. Oh, by the way, guys, I got a lot of submissions, so if I'm not reading yours, I'm really sorry. And some people even sent more submissions. While I really appreciate it, I cannot guarantee you that I can read them all. I'm sorry, but I'm trying. There's 𝑚𝒓𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈. She wrote them in German. I'm just gonna be translating them to English. Alright, she said, spitting on the floor. Ew. Like, don't. Like, imagine you're a little bug just in the woods, having a great day, going out for some plants. And then suddenly you're hit with this storm of spit from this human president who's in the forest jogging or just minding their business. And then they spit on you and you might even die. Like, tragic. I don't know. Like, imagine everybody would do that. The world would be full of unasked for spit. #no. Then she also said, how do you even... I need to translate that right now because you can word it in very different ways. So, oh, it says misogynistic jokes. Okay. So it's jokes about women that are mean and rude. It's about women in general and just making fun of them. It's just like, okay, sir, can we let people live, please? I don't know how that improves your life, but just stop. By the way, I'm sorry if I pronounce your guys' names wrong. I'm trying. Which is says petty drama over a pixel pony game. Yeah, that's all. Not have petty drama. What about that? I mean, I guess, you will always have different opinions and you guys will always kind of like fight because where a lot of people come together, you know, they have a debate, they have a discussion. I think it's important to acknowledge someone's opinion. And you might think, literally, what the fuck? Like, how could you think that? That is sick or stupid or like you're uninformed. Whatever you might think. You need to make a difference between this is important and this is unimportant. Someone might think about old Star Stable being better than new Star Stable. And then you might have someone who thinks new Star Stable is better than old Star Stable. And you see these people going off about that very just so aggressively degrading each other. Like, what? So this is about a game, right? This is about a game. Let's take a deep breath. And if we cannot take a deep breath, just log off Star Stable, close your phone, go outside, touch grass, pet a cat, and you'll be better. And you will be in a much better position to have a normal, calm conversation, or even a debate. You could make it a respectful debate. Don't talk to people aggressively or even about a horse game. It's just a little silly, you know? Should we do a championship, guys? I think we should. Next one is by 𝑚𝒓𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈 𝑮𝒓𝒊𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈. People wishing others good luck before a champ starts, like, before don't you want to win. Bro, the coincidence, I'm like writing to a championship right now and I'm reading this submission. That's huge. That is so funny. Why are people standing in a row? Let's just join the row and say we're in the middle. This is great. This is old Star Stable to me. That's the vibe. This girl has such a nice outfit. The combinations are lit. This is funny because when I introduced my brother to Star Stable, I made him ride a championship. And before it started, you know, people wished each other good luck and like, I hope you get through and whatever. He was so mad about that. Like, he was like,
Don't you guys want to win? Like, don't wish me good luck. You should wish me bad luck, because you want to win, right?
That made me kind of think, and I do agree with him. You just do that because it's nice. I don't know. I don't think that's an ick for me. That's an ick for you. That's great. Next one is by DR for CUL for people that say bring back old SSO. What do you want them to do? Delete all the horses and bring back the crappy graphics? I know you miss it, but these comments are so unrealistic and annoying. Right, so when I say I want old Star Stable back, I don't mean give me the old graphics. I just want the same eerie vibe that the game used to give off. I want the same cool old Lisa, the rock star girl. I don't want this country. She's not country. She's a rock star. Back in the day, there used to be stampedes. There used to be so many people in the game that log on like all the time. Just before the championship, I said this is old Star Stable because back in the day when I used to start playing, there were people online all the time. And I'm talking such an amount of people so that my game would be like very laggy. And I think I miss that feeling because back then I feel like the community was more united. Like I don't actually want like old Star Stable. I just want the vibe back. I want the people back. I want the team back. You know, the team that really cared about the old lore because I think that was more investing. I think the old lore was more it just took me more than the storyline of nowadays. I think there are many different interpretations of the sentence bring back old Star Stable because there are people who really mean the old graphics. There are people who mean the old style of horses, the old way of Star Stable, but I don't mean that. There are people who they only want back like the glow of the game, like the brightness, the saturation. So I think, again, if it's just like a state of, oh, I miss the old vibe that it used to give, or if it's like a rant and like they make you feel bad about disagreeing, I think then that's annoying, yes. ℓ𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈 said, when people try to copy big YouTubers like Violet Flower Garden or Seagull yesterday, I was just scrolling on Star Stable YouTube. I was trying to find some video I want to watch. I came to this girl's channel. I'm not going to say her name. Maybe you might know her, I don't know. And this is not me bashing about this girl. I just want to state something. When you copy somebody, a popular YouTuber, in a way of it's so obvious that you're copying them. First of all, I think it's sad that you think that you have to be like that person to, get an audience. I think it would be more liberating and more fun to be yourself, express yourself the way you actually are. But also, it's claiming to be someone you're not. But in the case of this girl that I saw, it's very obvious that she is trying to be the second Violet Flower Garden. Not only do I disagree with copying people in general, I just heavily disagree on copying someone who is not alive anymore. My perspective on this is that this is very disrespectful to them, especially because they are not alive anymore. That's just, I think that is so rude. Like, they don't even have the chance to stand up for themselves because they're dead. I think that's really disrespectful. And maybe this person doesn't mean it mean, like, doesn't mean it rude. And maybe they think, oh, I'm carrying on her legacy or whatever, but I don't know. I don't want to make judgment here. I'm just saying, like, the intro is pink with the person's profile picture's character. And then the sparkles in the intro and also the sparkle sound. If I were to describe that way, this type of intro, you would obviously and immediately think of Violet Flower Garden's intro. And then they also use the type of like piano music in the background that Pinky always used to have, like in almost every single one of her videos. It's just the combo of the intro being literally the same and then the background music being the same too. It's just, I don't think it's right to copy someone when they're here still. But I think it's even worse when you try to copy someone when they're not alive anymore. That's my opinion. You can think of that however you want. I don't want anybody to hate on this girl either. It's just that I agree with ℓ𝒏𝒊𝒏𝒈. The last submission I'm gonna reading today is from dr4.cul for slow walkers in real life. Like, I have places to be, your whole friend group doesn't have to walk on one line with the speed of a snail. That's true. I mean, I can imagine that being true for fast walkers. I guess I'm a moderate speed walker. I don't know if you say it like that, but I mean, I'm usually not stressed because I'm a very Swiss person. Swiss people are either always on time or they are there like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour before they'd actually need to be there. And I'm one of the people who arrive at their destination, at school, at work, minimum 20 minutes before it starts. But for school, it's 40 minutes for me. Because I can play Star Stable before school starts. Like, that's so cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I'm never stressed. I don't have to walk fast. But yeah, when friend groups, they take up all the space, it's a bit like there are other people on this planet. Anyway, this was a video full of me ranting about things I like or hate. I really enjoyed it. And obviously, I hope you guys are gonna like this rebrand of series. The training grinds feels a bit more like its own series. I don't know. I feel like there are a bunch of training times out there. And just putting a star before the word training time, it just doesn't feel that. It just doesn't feel that great. This was the first training grind, and I would love for you guys' feedback. Maybe you have another idea for the next topic of training grinds. And also subscribe and ring the bell because I will make posts here on YouTube. The same post and question that I will be putting on Instagram so that you guys can submit your submissions on YouTube and on Instagram. And we're almost 800 subscribers. I'm just really grateful and I love you guys so much. All right, have a great day. Bye.